Welcome back to Agadir. I'm joined by the British ambassador to Morocco, Thomas Reilly. Thomas has been part of a discussion earlier today looking at the opportunities for building a partnership between the Scottish FA and the Moroccan Football Federation. If such a partnership was to be created, Thomas, what do you think it could do for Morocco and for sport in Morocco?
I think first of all it's a great initiative. I think the fact that we had the Wali, the regional governor, the local head of the Football Association, the manager of the Hassaniya team, who himself has a match, or his team has a match this evening, who came to the meeting this morning. I think that tells you all you need to know about the enthusiasm for this project. I think wider than that, there are really a great number of opportunities for education of coaches, of sporting assistance that goes along with the team, of working really closely with the local community for education. I think you'd also find that you bring in lots of tourism to the local community, which of course brings in much needed hard currency. And that obviously plays into the strengthening of the bilateral relationship, which is where I come in, which is really looking at the broader terms of the UK-Morocco relationship. And that's a relationship which already is 800 years old, is very wide, but could be even wider. And I think football plays a huge part of that. It's massively popular here in Morocco, hugely popular in the UK.
We talked this morning about how football can actually improve lives and how it can be a force for good. And the fact that football is very much seen as a way to assist the government in Scotland with some of their objectives, for example, keeping the inactive active and keeping them active for much longer in their lives. We're obviously a generation that are living longer, we're keeping fitter longer, and we see the opportunities for football to improve health. Do you think there are any overlaps in Morocco in terms of improving health? Does the country have similar challenges?
Yes, I think the challenges are slightly different in Morocco. There is obviously a question about longevity of life here, but that's really more about developmental economics than about sport. I think the bigger problem here is filling the gap in people's lives, and quite often you find that the issues around radicalisation, although it's less of a problem in the south of the country than in the north, are due to a lack of things to do. And sport has an incredible capacity for evening society out, for bringing people up, for giving opportunity to people who wouldn't otherwise have that opportunity. Football is a huge leveller. You look in the UK about the way in which clubs are working with poorer districts, poorer regions of the UK. I think we could do the same here. It would be absolutely fantastic. And clearly, when you go out and you go outside the big towns, you find people kicking around footballs the whole time. It's a very, very popular sport. And so for helping give alternative futures to the youth, whether that is boys or girls, is really important. You give them an activity, you give them something they really enjoy, a sense of belonging, a sense of community. Football also teaches things like discipline, it teaches spirit of working in a team, of working together, with cooperation. So I think there's a huge amount that football can contribute to society around here in Agadir, as well as in other parts of the north. I'd like to see this programme go even broader across the country, but I think it's a great place to start in Agadir.
Yeah, it's certainly very exciting, and within the Scottish FA we've put in place a strategy to improve equality, diversity and inclusion, and within that we see a great opportunity for promoting women's football and football for those with disadvantages, coming from disadvantaged backgrounds. Again, could you see parallels and overlaps within Morocco?
So I think absolutely, and when I look at women's rights in Morocco, it's clearly an issue. We're tackling some quite difficult issues here in this conversation. Women are substantially more economically inactive than men. They tend to leave school earlier. They tend not to reach their own potential. And they tend not to be playing sport. That's not to say that Morocco doesn't have some wonderful sports, men and women. It does, both in athletics, and I think we're meeting a golfer later on this afternoon. But I think football then offers an additional opportunity for young men and women to get involved in sport at a high level. And I really believe that it is a great level that it proves that women are every bit as capable as men in terms of contribution to a team. So I'm very excited by seeing women's teams coming here from Scotland as well. And the great thing about being a British ambassador is I can get behind the Scottish team as much as I can behind any of the other 4 nations. And so it's a genuine privilege to be involved in this project.
So it sounds like the Scottish FA can really help Morocco in driving that equality, diversity and inclusive agenda. And we really look forward to building a strong partnership here in Morocco. We've been welcomed very positively this morning, and it's great that we have the support of the British ambassador for our proposals, and we look forward to building a much stronger partnership in the future. So thanks very much for joining me, Thomas. Great to have you here.
Thank you very much. Great pleasure.